someone like me has a role to awaken that idea of individuality in everybody.
Have you found or been able to tap into any hidden powers that you say, wow, you know, the will plus imagination does equal magic here? That I can do something a little bit different and special?
I think my success in what I do is a good example of that. I mean, I couldn't find a better example. You know, I've taken my will and I've taken my creativity and I've done the best I could with it. I think that in itself is magic, you know, if you have to demystify it by calling it something. When I graduated from school is when I started, you know, really beginning to grow and being myself and exploring the things that I really wanted to do as opposed to the things that everyone else wanted me to do.
And how do you feel about the fact that you are passing this aesthetic on to so many kids now, because so many people, you're influencing so many other people now?
Well, I hope that it'll make them, you know, find expression in themselves more. I hope it'll make them, by seeing someone being themselves, that it'll inspire them to do the same, or it'll inspire them to ask questions or just to be interested in anything, because it seems these days that a lot of music doesn't inspire you to do anything, you know. Well, I'm always trying to break things down, because, you know, people's differences and people's fears are only as powerful as they make them. And if I can attack them or talk about them or get people to think about them more, then it changes the boundaries, and it makes, you know, often makes people be more open-minded, and I think that's kind of positive in a way. The last record was so much stripping away emotions, and I kind of found myself almost alienated coming back to a world that seemed different, because I'd seemed like I was gone. I came back, and now I have more feelings, more emotions, more empathy, and a lot of that plays into what the record is about. How people often go about their lives looking and acting like human beings, but not really having anything inside, whether it's a soul or their creativity, and thus leaving them to be mechanical animals. Because the song is an indictment of Hollywood and the rock and roll lifestyle.
Because it is all about the famous, rich, and beautiful here, and there is such an effort made to be all those things.
I've tried my hardest to be as unappealing and as unattractive as I could be. But Courtney wins that one.
Billy Corgan was saying that he sort of put you on this path of a new kind of sound, maybe a new look. Would you agree that there is sort of a new chapter in the life of Marilyn Manson with this?
Well, Antichrist Superstar was very transformational, and the sound and the look of the band was what was the only thing that could result from that. Billy Corgan did provide encouragement to take our musical direction as far as we could go, but he wasn't any sort of a director in our path, but just a friend. And I think this record kind of is a new chapter. Kind of, this is the beginning for us, where some people would have thought it was the end. That's the only way you can change things, you know. You can be a small-time person that sits around and complains about things, or you can be a part of it and change what it is. And that's what I've chosen to do. And anybody that thinks that we've sold out or, you know, become something that we didn't set out to be is wrong, because we've always set out to be part of the mainstream, because that's the only way that you can change what it is.